definition of the word guru is found in this well-known verse. Gukaras tvandakaro vai, rukaras tannivartakaha, andakara niroditvat, guruditya vidhiyate. The syllable gu represents darkness, and ru represents one who removes it. Therefore, guru means the remover of darkness.
The Malay word guru comes directly from Sanskrit, where it holds both linguistic and cultural significance. Here's a breakdown of its etymology and layers of meaning. Sanskrit origins. In Sanskrit, guru means teacher, master, or guide. It is a compound word derived from gu, meaning darkness or ignorance, ru, meaning dispeller or remover. Thus, guru literally means the one who dispels darkness, symbolizing someone who leads others from ignorance to knowledge, not only in a scholarly sense, but often also in spiritual or moral terms. Transmission to Malay. The word was adopted into Malay through Sanskritization, a process that occurred through centuries of cultural exchange, especially during the early Hindu-Buddhist period in the Malay archipelago, roughly 4th to 13th century CE. The spread of Indian religions, trade networks, and courtly culture brought with it many Sanskrit terms into Old Malay. In Malay, guru retains the general meaning of teacher or instructor, primarily in an educational context today, though older or religious usages may still preserve its deeper connotations of wisdom and moral guidance. Usage in Malay culture. In modern Malay, guru is a neutral and respected term for any teacher. In Javanese and Balinese cultures, where Sanskrit influence was also strong, guru often carries deeper, more spiritual overtones, particularly in traditional or religious contexts. Compound words like guru besar, headmaster, or guru agama, religious teacher, reflect specific roles within educational and religious hierarchies. In the Malay language, several terms are used to refer to people who teach or impart knowledge, each with nuances that reflect different contexts, roles, or levels of authority. Here's a comparison of guru, sikgu, ustaz, and pendeta. Guru meaning teacher, instructor, master. Context. The term guru is most commonly used in formal educational contexts, especially in schools. It has a broad, general meaning and can be used for any teacher, regardless of subject. Etymology. As discussed, guru comes from the Sanskrit word for a spiritual or knowledgeable guide, a dispeller of darkness. Usage. Guru Sekala, school teacher. Guru Besar, headmaster. Guru Agama, religious teacher, although ustaz is more commonly used for this context. While guru carries formal weight, its connotations are more aligned with the role of an educator than with a spiritual guide in modern usage. Meaning, teacher. Teacher. Context. Sikgu is a more informal, familiar term for a teacher, commonly used in Malaysia and Singapore. It has a similar meaning to guru, but the tone is more casual and affectionate. It is often used to address teachers, especially in school settings. Etymology. Cikgu is derived from the Malay word cik, a form of respect or address used for teachers or people with higher social status. It might be influenced by the Portuguese or Malay Portuguese use of the term for teachers. Usage. Sikgu, saya lupa, teacher, I forgot, cikgu matematik. It has a more localized everyday feel compared to guru, which might feel more formal or institutional. Ustaz ustaza, meaning religious teacher. Male, ustaz, female, stazan text. The term ustaz and ustaza for females is specifically used for religious educators, often those teaching Islamic subjects or imparting religious knowledge. It carries a connotation of spiritual and moral guidance, as opposed to secular education. Etymology. Derived from the Arabic word ustad, meaning teacher or scholar. The term became widely used in Malay-speaking communities during the spread of Islam and Islamic scholarship in the region. Usage. Ustaz agama, religious teacher. Ustaza di sekolah agama, female religious teacher at a religious school. It can also be used to refer to a religious leader or spiritual guide, and ustaz often holds a respected position in the community. Pendeta, meaning sage, priest, learned scholar. Context: Pendeta is an older term used for a highly respected scholar, teacher, or priest, often associated with religious or philosophical teaching. It is most commonly used in the context of Hindu, Buddhist, or traditional Malay cultural teachings, though it can also refer to a highly knowledgeable person in general. Etymology: Pendeta is derived from Sanskrit pandita, pendit, meaning a learned or wise person, especially in a spiritual or academic context. Usage: Pendeta agama, religious scholar; Pendeta Hindu, Hindu priest; Pendeta Buddha, Buddhist priest. While not commonly used for contemporary school teachers, Pendeta retains a more elevated, almost mythical status and may imply someone with deep wisdom, particularly in traditional or religious settings. Key differences. Guru. Formal, commonly used in schools and as a general term for any teacher. Sikh, informal, familiar term for teachers, especially in local schools or by students. Ustaz, ustaza, religious teachers who provide Islamic education or spiritual guidance. Pendeta, a learned scholar, often with connotations of spirituality, wisdom, or high respect, and sometimes associated with traditional religious figures. Each of these terms highlights different aspects of the teacher-student relationship in Malay culture, from the formal role of a school teacher to the spiritual guidance offered by religious scholars. The word pundit comes from the Sanskrit word pandita, pundit, which means a learned scholar, expert, or wise person. Here's a breakdown of its etymology. Sanskrit origins. Pandita refers to a person who is learned, especially in religious, philosophical, or scholarly fields. It is derived from the root word pandita, pundit, which means wise or knowledgeable. The term originally denoted someone who was well-versed in sacred texts, philosophy, and law, particularly in the context of Hindu, Buddhist, or Jain traditions. A pandita was an individual whose expertise was highly respected in Indian society. Transmission to English. The word entered English during the British colonial period in India. British officials and writers used the term to describe educated or scholarly individuals, particularly in a South Asian context. First recorded usage in English. The word pundit began to appear in English writings in the early 19th century, derived directly from the Sanskrit pandita. Over time, it evolved in English to refer more generally to an expert or commentator in a particular field, especially in the context of providing opinions or analysis on current events, politics, or other areas of public interest. Modern meaning. Today, in English, a pundit refers to someone who is an expert or authority in a particular subject, often in a public, media, or commentary context. The term is commonly used in discussions of politics, economics, and media to describe individuals who provide expert opinions or analysis. Thus, the etymology of pundit highlights its roots in Indian scholarship and its evolution in English to mean a knowledgeable commentator or expert in various fields. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope, so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.